Alrighty guys, as you hear me into the Dragon Ball Legends TOP walkthrough video, this is going to be part 2 of 2 for the standard edition. If you guys are looking for the pocket edition, it will be linked in the description down below. Alright, so coming off of the previous boss fight, by the way, this is where we're at in terms of like HP. We're doing great in terms of standings. There's not a significant amount of damage on anyone here, right? We're gonna go to the right of us, 3/5 difficulty fight against the droids. This fight gave me a lot of trouble last season with powerful opponents, so let's see if we can just breeze through it this time around. Alright, so this is the team formation we are going to be using right here. So we're going to sub out our yellow, we're going to sub out our red just because of the color disadvantage, right? And then we're going to avoid the middle row just because the green, that's Gamma 1. Gamma 1 is debuffing this area right here. And as for cover changes, Super 13 has a strike cover for Android 8. 19, unfortunately, does have a blast cover for 17, 18 tag units. That's very annoying, actually. And then Android 8 has a strike cover for Gamma 1, Gamma 2, Super 13, and then the 17 and 18. So again, I feel like this one intentionally because it's a little bit more rough for the strike teams, right? All right, so since the Android 19 has a blast cover for the tag unit, I think we can get him out of the way, right? Because we know our green cell attacks before our boot tanks, our EX Zenkai cell attacks before our boot tanks. I think that's fine. That should be able to just take him out, and then we can go for the tag droids. And then after those two, I think I'm going to go for the Super 13, avoid the super attack, right? Because he does have a turn 3 guaranteed super. And then I am going to go for the Gammas, and then Android 8 at the end, just because he has the death buffs. All right, that was an absolute joke of a fight, bro. Like, it was easy. It was super easy. 1.3 million. We did get the full kill. We built up some super attacks there as well. Huge for us. We killed 3 units in turn 1, by the way. All the reds died in turn 1. Next is straight above us, 5/5 difficulty fight. It is against the Super Saiyan 2s. Do remember, this is going to the orange path territory. You have to bring out your high tiers here. All right, so this is the team formation here. Remember, you do want to bring out your Z tiers, your S tiers here. I am going to go ahead and put this guy back up because of the double reds, and I'm going to put this guy back up just because I want to save the super attack for a harder fight. I think that'd be appropriate. All right, so attack order, we can easily get this guy out of the way. I'm 100% certain we can, right? So Super Saiyan 2 Gohan, he does get stronger with dead allies. And then we can super attack this guy with our boot tanks, since boot tanks is kind of attacking in the middle. And then we can start working on the purple units into this EX Goku, Shallot, and then Majin Vegeta at the end, just because he procs his final explosion if he's at 15% or lower. Alright, so even without like Piccolo or anything like that, right? Cell still ended it on turn 3. Very, very easy fight. 3.1 million, got the full kill. Next is to the right of us, 4/5 difficulty fight, LOE, or all Friezas, whatever you want to call it. All right, so attack order, I think this is worth it still, right? Saving that super attack right there, and then putting this guy on bench. And I know 3 blues against the double greens might seem a little bit iffy, but my plan is I want to take out the yellow second form Frieza first, and then boot tanks will super attack the full power Frieza before he gets a super attack off, right? I think that'll be good. And so that's exactly what we're going to do here. I'm going to go for this guy first and then go into this guy. Remember, if you're a strike team, you don't really have to worry about him, right? He's more so of a mid-priority unit. And then after those two, I'm going to go for a green, purple, green, and then we're going to go for the revs at the end. All right, another super duper easy fight right there. Nothing to worry about whatsoever. 4.4 million off of that. And as you can see right here, so we actually didn't even need the 3 units at the beginning to take out this first form Frieza, or the second, is that second? Yeah, second form Frieza, but still worked out pretty good. Next is to the left of us, 4/5 difficulty. This is one of our hard fights. There's no boot tanks on here though, so the difficulty on this has significantly decreased. All right, so this is the team formation we are going to be using right here. I'm going to put this guy on backup, this guy on backup. Boot tanks going on backup just because of the triple greens, right? They might be a little bit bulky, hard to get through, stuff like that. I am going to avoid this row because of the Fat Boo debuffs, right? And I'm just praying and hoping I can squeeze a super attack from this Ultra Cell right here. He's at 91%. Remember, he's getting 5% from his Ultra Gauge, and he's on the Special Move Gauge charge rate up tile. So hopefully that helps. So cover changes, Ultra Boo. Strike cover for Fat Boo and Evil Boo. Evil Boo, the green one, has a blast cover for Ultra Kid Boo. The Boo Han has a strike cover for the Ultra Kid Boo and Super Boo. So essentially, strike is a little bit more at a disadvantage here. All right, so attack order, I'm going to go for the Ultra Kid Boo first. Hopefully Cell gets that super attack off, and then I'm going to go for this guy because he's debuffing us each turn, right? And then after that, I do think I just play it safe, go for this guy since he's going to get a stun off on turn 3. Don't want him to get that off whatsoever. And then I'm going to go ahead and go for this guy. Then I will go for the Fat Boo and then take this guy out last. All right, so miraculously, we were able to squeeze out the super attack from the Cell on turn 1. It did not kill though. It barely didn't kill. If we had him on the ultimate tile, it would have killed, but we also needed to be on that special move gauge tile to proc it, I believe. I don't know. Maybe I didn't need to be there. I'm not too sure. Either way, he built up a whole new one right there, so that's okay. 4.5 million. We did get the full kill. I don't think that fight was bad at all. Next is straight above us, 5-fist difficulty against event exclusive. All right, so this is the team formation I'm going to use right here. There's 4 blues, correction. I don't really see this guy doing too much again. I think it's more worth it to save the super attack for something a little bit more extravagant, right? This guy will just be on backup too, just cause. All right, so attack order, I definitely want to get this guy out of the way. And I do know that my purple cell has a super attack, so let's go ahead and just do this, because he attacks, right before Super Baby 2. And so we'll be able to maybe just at least take a good chunk of his health out of the way. And then we're going to go for the metal cooler. We're going to go for this guy. We're going to go for the... And then the last option, I mean, you kind of choose right here. So I'm going to go for this guy. He does get a little bit stronger when you hit him up to 2 times. And then this guy, he has a barrier that he debuffs you once he activates that barrier. So both of those can be 5th or 6th interchangeable. Right, another pretty easy fight, I would say. Even with the high tiers, I don't think that's an issue at all. All right, so next is to the left of us, 5-fist difficulty against LOE. All right, so this is the team formation, double reds, double blues. This just makes sense to me to go ahead and put these guys out. Should be easy nonetheless though. So for this one, I am going to actually target this guy first, right? I don't know if our green cell could just one tap the frost. I want to test it, but this is just, I feel like this is just more comfortable, more safe, and it's still going to secure the kill on both the cooler and frost in turn 1. So let's just play it safe. Usually I don't play it safe, especially because there's the added wild card of getting stunned by the red Frieza, right? What if he stuns the cell? What if he stuns the boo tanks? So stuff like that can happen. So we'll get those 2, and then this red Frieza, and then I'm gonna go for the yellow Frieza, the green Frieza, and then the Rebza at the end. So we did get hit by the unluckiest thing that could happen to us on that fight. We did get stunned by this red Frieza onto the boo tanks. So that kind of just made the attack order really shitty. Next is to the left of us, 4-fist difficulty. Ooh, this one's a good one for you guys to get scarred by, right? If you're not paying attention to this, just the Goku Bardock. All right, so this is what we're gonna do here. I am gonna save this super attack. Well, you don't save a super attack with boo tanks, but I'm gonna avoid using it just in case. We are only going to be getting 1 turn 1 super attack, and it's gonna be with this guy, and it's gonna land onto the yellow Bardock. So attack order Bardock, and then the tag units, and then Basha. And then after that, you do want to go for this guy. He's a little bit more relevant or recent than the other 2 EXs. And the other 2 EXs are just really, really easy. You can just do this guy and this guy, or vice versa, whatever you want. All right. So unfortunately, Hugesh wanted to target the shit out of my purple cell. 7.9 million. I don't know if that was the right play though, because the next fight is the Vegito fight. Maybe the cell ult would have been better off used on that yellow Vegito. But I don't know. So yes, next is above us, Vegito fight, 5-fist. So this is the team formation. I'm going to leave out the yellow. I personally, the purples are the least of my worries for this fight. And I'm going to leave this guy out too, just because there's no green unit that I necessarily want to snipe out. And we have a lot of super attack potential. Like he's going to super attack this fight for sure. Obviously, so is the boo tanks. This guy might. And then this guy is going to super attack as well. All right, so we already went over the cover changes last time, but I'll just briefly go over them. So Ultra Super Vegito, strike cover for Purple Super Vegito and Fusing Super Vegito. And then the LF Blue Vegito has a blast cover for Fusing Super Vegito and Ultra Super Vegito. And of course, there's counters here, right? Ultra Vegito Blue has the strike counter, and then Ultra Super Vegito has a blast counter. So attack order, I do believe we do... I'm pretty sure this is the same attack order we did last time, so I'm going to go for this guy first and then this guy, right? Just because he has that blast cover for the Fusing Super Vegito. So killing him opens it up for me killing this guy. And then we're going to go ahead and get these 2 out of the way, the purples, and then this guy at the very end. All right, so that one was a turn 4 fight. I think that was only... So that's the first turn 4 fight of this path. Or for part 2 at least, 8.6 million. We did get the full kill. Full disclosure there, and I should have said this earlier. If you are scared of this team killing one of your high tiers, just take them off for this fight. Next is straight above us, 5-fist difficulty. Another hard fight, but event exclusive. As long as you have high key restore speeds, this should be actually easy. All right, so this is going to be the team formation right here. So we're going to take out a blue just because of the double greens. Take out this guy just because, I mean, We don't have to take, I want to, right? This is going to be more than fine right here. All right, so attack order. Remember, Raditz does get a turn 1 super attack. That's going to be our first priority. And you guys might be thinking like, oh, then why aren't you taking Boot Tanks in here? Boot Tanks is my 4th unit that attacks, right? Ultra Cell, Green Cell, and EX Zenkai Cell are going to kill Raditz. Do not worry about that. And then after that, we easily go for the DKP since Purple Cell has a super attack. And then it'll circle around back. We'll attack this guy with our Red Cell. And then we'll get the Broly out of the way. Honestly, probably the Broly is a little bit more, is definitely more important than the yellow cell. But just because of my attack order, I want to kind of play around it a little bit. And then we're going to go for the Frieza and then the Bojack at the end because he gets weaker every single time you kill one of his teammates. All right, pretty easy. 5 is difficulty fight. Done. 10 million. Yeah, we love to see that right there. And we're getting good heals. Our high tiers are kicking, like, and not even just kicking, brother. Look at their high health. Next is straight above us, 4-fist difficulty. It's another event exclusive fight. We just went over this one though. All right, so this is the team formation here. So it is a little different just because super attacks, right? That's pretty much also what comes into factor when I do my team formation. So obviously, 3 blues or 4 blues gonna take him out. This guy, I think we brought him in last time over the Piccolo, but that was when he had a super attack ready. So this time he doesn't. I'd rather have the super attack coming out on turn 3. Attack order is relatively going to be the same though. Let's go ahead and get this guy, and then this guy. And then honestly, bro, I'm going to do something risky here. I don't think this fight is that bad. I think it's okay to risk it. If you don't want to risk it, just take out the Android 13 and then the Brolys in the 5th or 6th slot respectively. Or not respectively, interchangeably. But I kind of want to see if that will line up our yellow super attack with this guy. Right? Maybe? All right. It didn't work. It didn't work, bro. I mean, listen, 10 million is great. We started attacking this dude on turn freaking 2, right? Turn 1, they just died too easily, right? Even at the 4-fist difficulty, they just went down. I overestimated just how tanky they were going to be. All right, so next is going to be to the right, 3-fist difficulty, Vegeta climb. All right, so at this point, this is fight 24. We no longer need heals from Baby. He's going to perma be on backup. You could argue that we should have put him perma backup earlier, right, leading up to this. But he's there now. He's there now. We're going to actually put Boot Tanks over there too just because of the double greens, and I just see a little bit more value coming out of these units rather than the Boot Tank super attack turn 1. That being said, Parasite, Trunks, and then Bulma. Those are the highlight units here. Get those guys out of the way. Baby Trunks does have a strike cover for Kid Trunks and the Trunks Mai, and Bola has a strike cover for Kid Trunks, Vegeta, and Bulma. And then after those two are dead, we'll go for this Bulma. We can go for the Trunks and Mai, the Vegeta, and then this Kid Trunks at the end. All right, another... I mean, it was only 3-fist difficulty, right? Like, there's no shot you guys should have any issue with that one at all. All right, so for the final fight, it is 5-fist difficulty against the Vegitos. All right, so this is the final team formation. Baby on backup and this guy on backup. I know there's double purples here, but I think just having a very strong turn 1 is going to be better for the overall, for our game, essentially overall. So that's exactly what we're going to do. And I am going to use the same attack order here. So Vegito, Vegito Blue, Fusing Vegito, Super Purple, and then this guy. All right, we finished that turn 3. Overwhelmed the crap out of that team. 16 million off of that is huge too, right? That's really good. That's really, really good. So we are ending off at 106 million points, sitting at rank 5,885. I think that's fantastic. I genuinely think that's really good. Dude, the team was so easy, bro. Like, you cannot ask for more than that. The team just essentially playing the game for you, right? Like, we didn't have to do much there at all except for just put the units in little spots and just let the game go. There wasn't a whole lot of thinking going on upstairs, if you know what I mean. That's what we love about Regeneration. That is going to wrap it up for this season's walkthrough videos. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys, let me know in the comment section if you guys ranked higher than me, lower than me, difficulties this season, a success this season, right? If you used new units, let me know if the new units did great for you. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Later!